All right. So, welcome. We're on Store Selects number 2. Today, you're with myself, Tom, at Inverted Audio Record Store in Peckham, and I'm joined with Juergen Vonbank, who is the label founder and boss of Night Define Recordings, which is a record label from Salzburg in Austria. And the label's been around for about a decade, and he releases experimental, left field, electronics, house, techno, abstract stuff. And we're here today to talk about the label and the latest release, which is by Tom Dicicco and Roger 23, which came out a few months ago now. Is that right, Juergen?
Yes.
It's fantastic. So first of all, I want to know what your history is with music and how you kind of got into the weird electronic stuff.
Okay, I started playing the trumpet with 6 years.
Okay.
Like almost everybody in Austria in traditional Austrian music and
Austrian
classical music.
yeah.
And then I got more interested in other kinds of music. Like in my early 20s I started to produce music on a laptop myself. And when I moved to Salzburg I got more and more into this electronic and club scene. There was a collective there I joined and I'm still with to this day, which kind of morphed over the time, but I'm still with these people. And at the same time like as I said, 10 years ago or 11 years ago now I started the label. Because it was also somehow the goal to connect to all the
other musicians.
pockets you have around Europe of like-minded people doing similar stuff.
And so the name of the label, why was it called Night Define Recordings? Because obviously you listen to this kind of music at night time, you know?
Yeah, obviously it's this club context, of course, but it was actually I don't remember anymore. It was like a lyrics of a song I misunderstood, and then somehow this came out. Yeah.
And has it always been your label, or have you had other people help kind of influence which artists you should check out or listen to, or help signing people to like the record label?
Not necessarily like the A&R things, but of course around the label with the graphics, with printing, and we did like a lot of special projects like embossing the sleeves and all this kind of stuff. Of course I had a lot of people around me, and then of course you exchange a lot with other people about music in general. And there are so many ways to discover music.
And you've had some great artists like Eduardo de la Cal. You've had this artist called Serb, who I know nothing about, but I've sold his records and they're fantastic.
Yes.
And they're really like, a lot of your artists are very they're super underground. They don't really do many releases with like other labels almost. I mean, are you contacting these people directly? Are they coming to you? I mean, how is it kind of orchestrated?
It's always different, but mostly I would say I'm starting the conversation. And I mean, it's, as you say, these artists usually release with the same labels because most of the time it's like a family affair. How these things come together. So, but some projects just evolve through communication via email or online. But if possible, I would like to meet the person before in person, because it's always nicer to have a personal connection.
And have you met Tom and Roger 23 as well?
Roger, yes. Tom, not yet.
From this
unfortunately.
album?
Yes, exactly.
So Tom's living in Leicester in the UK, which is actually where I'm from, so maybe I should bump into Tom one day when I'm walking around Leicester. And the Roger 23, he's from Germany?
Yeah, from Saarbrücken in Germany.
Yeah. And so how did they collaborate on this album, being in two different countries? Was it just, sending stuff online, lot of download links and stems and stuff?
Actually, it's this way around.
this way around. Yeah. Got to get it right.
Yeah, actually they did it remotely, which is, for me, it's quite
pretty
extraordinary
impressive.
Because if you listen to the record, which is playing in the background now, it sounds very, I don't know, how do you say it?
Fully formed.
Yes, and organic, and also sonically, I think it's a really interesting record.
Yeah.
And it's, for me, it was always, I couldn't believe they did it remotely.
Yeah.
Because, it's
And
not that easy.
what about the scene around Salzburg and other labels? And I mean, it kind of sounds like a very small, intimate scene. And you mentioned this club earlier when we were talking, and it's like members only, and it's in a basement. Can you tell us more about that and how that kind of fosters the electronic music community in Salzburg?
Yeah, it's a small city in general. It's 160,000 people.
Yeah.
But I think, especially the last years, a lot of new collectives emerged. Of course, some are vanishing again, but some are staying and are trying to find their way in this scene. And we have this label 44, which is also like a NGO, I would say, which has a radio show, and they're doing workshops. And this is basically where I come from this collective. And there we also have like this basement club, which in general is just an important space to meet up, to connect to. Sometimes there are movie nights, there are workshops, there's a studio, and there are parties as well there.
And there are a lot of like young people coming through as well, like in their 20s, or is it kind of 30, 40-year-olds?
No, it's actually now again you have this new wave of young people coming in, which is quite nice because we are all getting older.
Yeah, we're absolutely.
And now it's important to I think to make sure there are new people taking over these spaces and
big time. Passing
Experiment
over the
with
sounds.
music. Of course, the sound is also changing, but that's how it should be.
Yeah. And obviously, we're here in London.
Mm-hmm.
Is London still perceived as this kind of like centre of music, or how is that kind of looked at to Austrians? What do you guys kind of perceive London to be?
I can only talk for myself, and for me, definitely yes. The UK has always been one of the most important influences for me, besides Detroit and Chicago. But also I'm also working in the jazz field now. So UK also for jazz music was very important for the last years. For like a new wave of young artists. And also, I mean, Giles Peterson, radio culture. I don't know any other country where this exists in this kind of way, where it's so important. Also, this, like live music coexisting with DJ culture, and it's not like always separate fields. It goes together pretty well. This is pretty special in the UK, I think.
Yeah. And what kind of other, like artists and labels should we be aware of, which are on your radar at the moment?
Oh, I mean, I have to be honest. When I was running a record shop myself, I got all these distribution newsletters and stuff, and I was really, I knew all the labels, and I'm not so up to date anymore, to be honest. 44, I would check out. You have this record by my friend Mark here.
We've got Mark's record here, which is fantastic. This one here, Invest in Breast, which has been reviewed on Inverted Audio. And we've also got one last copy of Mad Rider, which came out a couple of years ago. It was in our best albums of 2023 or 24, I think. And absolutely fantastic debut album, mini album. Is it a mini album, mini LP?
I could say so, yeah.
And it's like dub sort of techno with some really like heavy club format tracks. Really recommend that. If you want it, come down and get it ASAP. All right, Juergen. Well, thanks for coming down and having a chat about the label. And finally, what's up next on the label? We've got a jazz album, right?
No, not a jazz.
No?
Not necessarily. No, it's something special and something new for the label because it's an artist from China, from Inner Mongolia.
Right.
And it's a mixture of Mongolian folk music,
Yeah, very different sound.
post-rock, I would say, experimental music, very different, but it's been in the making for several years.
Wow.
Actually.
And when's that
very
dropping?
proud that it comes out. Sorry?
When's it released?
15th of May.
Well, keep an eye out for it. And it might be here at Inverted Audio Records
Yes.
Store. We'll have to wait and see. Have to
Okay.
have a listen.
Yes.
Anyway, any last words of wisdom?
Oh no.
No. All right. Well, thanks very much, Juergen.
Okay, thank you.